So this is the first of many videos. I get a lot of questions on how to work on these pieces of art from Infinity Firearms. And this is the first one we're going to talk about, is removing these screws for optic mount or for a thumb rest swap out. The four main items you're going to want are, first, a torch to heat up the Loctite. I highly recommend something with a fine point. You don't want a large blast radius overheating up certain areas. This is a spline drive that you can pick up from Infinity Firearms. I can't remember how many points it is, but it's perfect for this. This is not an Allen or a Torx drive, guys. And then red Loctite. The factory sends these off with red Loctite. Red Loctite scares me. I use blue and I just keep an eye on it pretty often, but red Loctite is what's recommended. And the final piece of the puzzle is a vise. Buy a small, cheap vise or a large, expensive vise, whatever you want, but you need a vise with soft jaws. Next step is basic disassembly. You don't need to get down to the minutia, but basically remove the upper and then your side rocker and side stop. You basically want to gain access to this area where you can see the backside. Wipe this out, clean out all this grease and whatnot. Okay, so go ahead and put your frame into your vise with soft jaws. You don't need to really reef down on this. You just need it snug so it's not going to move while you're torquing it, okay? Also, make sure it's tight enough that it's not going to fall out while you're doing this. Once again, take your spline drive, make sure the ends are not damaged, and then you're going to insert that gently into your custom bolt, okay? While you're heating it up, you're going to apply steady pressure forward and steady pressure counterclockwise, lefty-loosey, right? So you take your torch, your fine point torch, you put it directly on the back end of the bolt, and what you're trying to do is heat up that bolt so it will cook off the Loctite. The color of Loctite, how much they used when it was installed, will really determine the amount of time you need to keep it on here. 15 to 20 seconds is my comfort zone. If I don't feel like it's budged in that time frame, I will remove everything and just let it cool off. I do not want to overheat and damage anything, especially my finish that we've paid so much for, right? So basically, just to recap, gently in, this way, counterclockwise, as you're applying torch. You're not trying to torque this thing off. You're just applying steady pressure, and once the heat does its job, it will break free, remove the heat, take the bolt out. Be careful, the bolt is going to be hot. Use common sense, people.